come hike Mount St. Helens with us. Yay! There she is. We see her on our drive. We're heading into the back. I think I lost reception here. You kind of lose it maybe an hour from the mountain. There she is. Oh man. And she looks so majestic, and she's lost like 4,000 feet of elevation from when she blew. Here's our camp situation. We decided to go early, sleep in the car. That way we can have an early alpine start. I'm getting in to get to bed. We have maybe a half or a crescent moon, and we're calling it a night. Waking up the next day. Good morning. Packing up our bags. It's actually not that early. I think we took off about 4 a.m. and it felt surprisingly warm. This was the first day of like a big heat wave we were going to get. Leaving the parking lot, we decided not to do our snowshoes right away because the snow, it's soft, but we weren't post-holing, and I don't like walking in snowshoes, so we were trying to put that off for as far as possible. It starts to get a little bit more like mashed potatoes right here, and started post-holing a little bit. We had our spikes on for a little bit of texture, but as you can see, my foot, I was just going straight into the snow. Now we're passing up some other hikers. It really wasn't that busy out. There were other people on the mountain today, but I think we were like maybe the third group out of camp. So we just passed the second group. I think there's only one or two groups in front of us. At this point, we're like, the snow sucks. Let's put on our snowshoes. So we get all strapped in, unfortunately, and at least we have a sunrise coming up to motivate us. And the mountain looks so beautiful. As you can see here, the snow is softening and starting to like release a little bit. We just, kept smart about it. Oh, there's Mount Hood. So pretty in the background. On the other side of that, you can't see it yet, but Mount Adams is over there. There's Andrea coming up.
Yeah, maybe so.
Just a slog. You just keep going. We felt like the snow got at least strong enough that we could probably take our snowshoes off. It wasn't still the conditions I was looking for, but we just made it work. A little snack break. I like these little stroop waffles. I think Andrea's mowing some energy gels. This is the weather station. If you ever see on a trip report or people talking about like, oh, we turned around at the weather station. We didn't know what that was, but we're assuming that was the weather station. There's Mount Adams, and then still Mount Hood in the back. And still the climb. We're now getting to some kick steps, which is so nice. Whoever did these, thank you so much. It makes it so much easier. It's like you're walking upstairs instead of breaking your ankles on just a slope. These were clutch. And then as you got closer to the top, you started getting this like icy crust. It looked really pretty in the sun. I'm reaching the false summit, so I just saw Mount Adams, and then over the edge is Mount Rainier straight ahead, and then you see the Crater Lake down at the bottom. Wow. This was really pretty. We had to maintain staying away from the edge, because as you can see in the distance, there is some overhang and cornices. We did not want, obviously, to fall off that, so made sure to keep a good distance. We did decide to go over to the true summit, so you do have to traverse the top. Here we pulled out our ice axes. Honestly, we probably should have thrown on our crampons, but the snow was pretty firm and the spikes were doing well, so we just kept them on. Andrea's leading us. Man, yeah, look at that on the other side. So that's where we're headed, to the side over there that you're looking at in the distance.
What is it? It's steep?
It does get kind of steep on this one section. I didn't film it because I was death gripping my ice axe. But we just took our time and make sure to really be intentional with our footing. This is me. I'm on the true summit. Very anticlimactic.
I know.
Didn't have really any new views. So we just flipped it around, decided to go back to the false summit since there was better views over there, and we would have a little lunch. Here's my lunch. I made a wrap. It's smushed. I have some nuts. Those were delicious. Just taking the view. Now we're heading back down. It's still a little too icy to use the glissade chutes, so we're kind of just booting it until the snow softens a little bit. The snow started to soften, so I put on my hard shell, which I have ripped in the past, so they're duct tape. Very attractive. Very cute. Andrea's preparing to go down. Sweet. These were all the teams that we passed on the way up. We ended up being the first ones to summit that day, so we kind of had to make our own track after a while. Then the glissade chute stopped, so we had to boot some of it back down. It started getting really soft again, and the sun was just blazing at this point, so time to sunscreen up. The sun will bounce off the snow and get you literally inside your nose, so you have to really make sure to get the sunscreen everywhere. This is me doing my due diligence, and you do look very ghostly, but it's worth it to not look like a lobster. It's your choice, ghost or lobster. One of them's happening. Yep, there we are.
Actually, this snow.
Okay, snowshoes back on.
It's not icy.
Hopefully for the last time. We've had to make so many freaking pit stops and readjustments this trip. Making the final slog back. As you can see, we're like practically skiing. Yay, to the parking lot. We did it. So our total trip, we ended up taking 4 hours to get up. And I can't remember how long to get down. Not very long to get down because we were glissading. This is our little treat for ourselves. Some beer and cupcakes. Enjoy the sunshine.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's it.